Hi.
Hi, how are you? How are you? What's your name?
Martin.
Martin.
And your name?
Benjy.
Benjy, hi. I was wondering, what hymns did your mom sing in church while you were growing up?
You know, just the classics like Just As I Am, you know, The Old Rugged Cross, Sweet Little Jesus Boy, you know, the standards, Amazing Grace, you know.
And what did you like?
I like Sweet Little Jesus Boy.
How come?
It's just a beautiful melody. It's an old slave spiritual. You know, it's an a cappella song. I don't know. It's just a raw melody. It's a pretty melody, you know.
But did you like the church and the singing over there, or something that you had to do?
Oh, you had to do it. Yeah, I didn't like church. No. I mean, every once in a while you get a good singer from out of town come in, but you know, being in church is like going to school. School sucks for kids. You know, church sucks for kids. You're not allowed to laugh or make jokes, and whenever you laugh in church, you want to laugh harder because you're not supposed to laugh. So, you know, rock and roll wasn't really supposed to be for the church, so I always wanted to play, you know, I listened to Bad Brains and Chuck Brown, and that wasn't appropriate church music, you know.
And how do you feel now about the church and singing over there?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been to church since I was a kid, but
how do you look back on it now? Fondly,
well,
I mean,
you know, I got to hear some good songs. I mean, you know, I don't go to church, you know, so I don't really. I have a great childhood, a great memory of my childhood. So, yeah.
And Bad Brains, you were saying? How come?
Yeah.
How come Bad Brains?
Because I'd never heard anything like it in my entire life. I heard it in 1986, and I thought that it was the most ferocious thing I'd ever heard in my life, and it was explosive, and I never knew that a man could sound that way on a microphone. You know, he didn't sound like a man. He sounded like a different being. So I didn't know that humans could do that.
But initially, you were more into acting and Marlon Brando.
Yeah, Brando and Newman's Own cookies and things like that. You know.
And Will Oldham.
Well, I saw the movie Matewan because my grandmother forced me to watch it when I was young, because there's a character in the film who is my grandmother's first cousin, Sid Hatfield. You know, my grandmother that wasn't really him in the movie. It was played by David Strathairn, who was in George Clooney's Good Night and Good Luck. But the actor played this character named Sid Hatfield, who was the sheriff of this town of Matewan. My mother was born in the town of Matewan, and so my grandmother made me watch this film when I was young, and she said, "This is important. These are your roots, boy," you know, or whatever she said. That she actually was much more of a lady than that. But so I didn't even realize that was the same boy listening to Palace records when I got older, because at that time Will Oldham was a bald man with a beard, but in Matewan he had pearly white skin and a full head of hair. I didn't know it was the same person. So I pretty much had a heart attack when I realized that they were the same people. But yeah, he played a racist preacher. You know, it was very, very appropriate of the time, and it was an amazing performance, and it inspired me because I was young, and I said, wow, if this kid is you know, a passionate artist, you know, and he's acting, then if he can do it, I can do it. But I'm not obviously an actor, but he inspired me to want to act.
And
he didn't know it at the time. I didn't know it at the time either, but